The United Kingdom is home to some of the most iconic lighthouses in the world. But beyond their role as beacons for sailors, many are shrouded in eerie legends of hauntings and ghostly encounters. Join us as we explore the top 10 haunted lighthouses in the United Kingdom, where mystery and the paranormal linger in the shadows. 1 Smalls Lighthouse, Pembrokeshire, Wales. High on a rocky outcrop, battered by fierce winds and crashing waves, stands Smalls Lighthouse, a beacon of safety turned into a chilling tale of despair. In the 1800s, 2 keepers manned the lighthouse, bound by duty but plagued by tension. One stormy night, tragedy struck as one keeper met his untimely death. His partner, fearing accusations of murder, constructed a crude coffin and kept the corpse by his side for weeks until relief arrived. But the ordeal didn't end with the body's removal. To this day, eerie whispers echo through the halls during fierce storms, and shadows dance on the walls even when the lantern is dark. Sailors have reported feeling an unshakable presence as though unseen eyes watch from the cliffs. Smalls Lighthouse, once a symbol of salvation, now casts an ominous shadow on all who dare approach. 2nd Souter Lighthouse, Tyne and Wear, England. Perched on the windswept cliffs of Tyne and Wear, Souter Lighthouse hides more than just the secrets of the sea. Beneath its striking red and white facade lies a history shrouded in whispers of the otherworldly. Built in 1871, it was the first lighthouse powered by electricity, but no innovation could keep away the spirits that seemed to linger within its walls. Visitors often speak of shadowy figures moving just beyond sight, the echo of footsteps where no one walks, and the chilling sensation of being watched in empty rooms. Some claim it's the restless soul of a former keeper, forever tethered to his duty. Others believe it's the spirits of shipwrecked sailors drawn to the light that failed to save them. On stormy nights, the cries of the wind seem to carry mournful voices, and the air grows heavy, as if the lighthouse itself remembers the tragedies it has witnessed. 3rd, Start Point Lighthouse, Devon, England. On the rugged coastline of Devon, where jagged rocks meet the merciless sea, stands Start Point Lighthouse, its beams slicing through the darkness like a watchful eye. But this sentinel of the coast carries a burden far darker than the waters it overlooks. For nearly 2 centuries, its light has guided ships to safety, yet countless vessels have still met their doom on the treacherous reefs below. Locals whisper of ghostly sailors whose lives were claimed by the unforgiving sea, their cries of despair carried on the howling wind. Visitors to the lighthouse report unexplainable chills, as though unseen hands brush past. Some have heard faint, mournful voices rising from the waves, pleading for rescue long after help could come. In the lantern room, the flicker of the light sometimes reveals shadowy forms that vanish as quickly as they appear. Start Point is more than a guiding light. It's a somber reminder that not all souls find rest even when the beacon shines bright. 4th Street, Katherines Lighthouse, Isle of Wight, England. On the isolated southern tip of the Isle of Wight stands St. Katherines Lighthouse, its tall white tower rising like a ghostly sentinel against the stormy skies. Though its light was built to guide and protect, the lighthouse has a dark and sorrowful history that lingers to this day. In 1943, during the chaos of World War II, tragedy struck when a German bomber unleashed its fury on the lighthouse. 3 keepers perished in the attack, their lives cut short in an instant. Locals believe their spirits remain tethered to the site, unable to leave their post. Visitors and staff alike have experienced the unexplainable. The faint murmur of voices carries through the empty halls, as if the keepers still whisper to one another. Footsteps echo up the winding stairs, though no one is there. Some have even seen shadowy figures standing at the windows, staring out at the turbulent sea as though watching for ships that never arrive. On foggy nights, the air grows heavier, as if the lighthouse itself mourns the loss of those who once gave their lives to protect others. St. Katherines Lighthouse is not just a monument to tragedy. It is a place where the past refuses to be forgotten. 5th, Flamborough Lighthouse, Yorkshire, England. Perched on the dramatic cliffs of Yorkshire's coast, Flamborough Lighthouse cuts a striking figure against the wild North Sea. Its light has stood as a beacon for mariners since the 17th century, but its walls hold tales of sorrow and restless spirits. Among the most chilling legends is that of the Lady in Grey, a spectral figure said to wander the cliffs and lighthouse grounds. Locals say she is the ghost of a woman who perished in a shipwreck long ago, her cries for help drowned by the merciless waves. Visitors have reported glimpsing her pale, mournful face through the lighthouse windows, her gray dress flowing as if caught in an unseen breeze. Some hear soft weeping carried on the wind, while others have felt an icy chill in the air, even on warm summer days. Inside the lighthouse, strange occurrences are frequent. Doors creak open on their own. The faint scent of salt and roses lingers where no flowers grow, and shadowy figures appear only to dissolve into nothingness. Flamborough Lighthouse is more than a guiding light. It is a place where history and the paranormal intertwine, leaving those who visit with an eerie sense of unease. 6. Longstone Lighthouse, Northumberland, England. Rising from the cold, turbulent waters near the Farne Islands, Longstone Lighthouse stands as a solitary guardian of the Northumberland coast. Though famed for Grace Darling's heroic rescue of shipwrecked sailors in 1838, the lighthouse harbors a darker, more spectral legacy that lingers in the salt-laden air. Over the years, keepers and visitors have told chilling tales of disembodied voices echoing through the narrow corridors. At night, faint cries can be heard above the roar of the waves, pleas for help, as though the souls of those lost to the sea still call out. The light itself has been known to flicker mysteriously, even on calm nights, and shadowy figures have been seen standing at the windows, staring out into the void of the sea. Some say the spirits are those of the shipwrecked sailors Grace Darling once saved, bound eternally to the lighthouse as they search for the light that guided them to safety. Others claim it is the restless energy of those who weren't so fortunate, their lives claimed by the relentless waters. Longstone Lighthouse is a beacon of both heroism and haunted sorrow, where the line between the living and the dead feels perilously thin. 7. South Foreland Lighthouse, Kent, England. At the edge of the white cliffs of Dover, where the winds howl and the sea crashes against the shore, South Foreland Lighthouse stands as an eerie monument to both guidance and grief. This lighthouse, which once marked the entrance to the Thames, is steeped in a dark history that refuses to be forgotten. In 1841, a tragic event occurred when the lighthouse keeper, his wife, and their child were claimed by the sea after a shipwreck just off the coast. Locals believe the spirits of this family never left, their sorrowful presence lingering within the walls of the lighthouse. On stormy nights, the lighthouse beam flickers as if guided by unseen hands, and visitors have reported hearing faint whispers, as though the family is still calling for help. Strange apparitions have been seen through the fog, figures staring out to sea, their eyes hollow with the pain of loss. Some say they have felt icy hands brush their shoulders or heard footsteps echo on the stairs, only to find no one there. South Foreland Lighthouse is a place where the past clings to the present, and the boundary between the living and the dead is disturbingly thin, leaving all who visit with a deep sense of unease. 8. Point of Air Lighthouse, Talacray, Wales. On the windswept coast of North Wales, standing tall against the relentless tides, Point of Air Lighthouse casts an eerie shadow over the sands of Talacray Beach. This seemingly tranquil lighthouse has been the backdrop of countless ghost stories, with dark legends of tragic loss and restless spirits that continue to haunt its shores. Though it has been abandoned for years, strange occurrences persist, from flickering lights in the tower to unexplained footsteps echoing along the sand. Visitors have reported seeing the ghostly figure of a former lighthouse keeper standing in the doorway, his face hidden in the shadows, staring out at the sea. On foggy nights, the air grows thick with a cold presence, and faint whispers can be heard carried by the wind, as if the keeper is still waiting for the ships that never came. The lighthouse is rumored to be haunted by the souls of those lost to shipwrecks in the treacherous waters nearby. Some believe that the spirits are drawn to the light, forever tethered to the place where they met their doom. Point of Air Lighthouse remains a chilling reminder of the past, where the past and present merge, leaving all who dare to visit with an overwhelming sense of dread and isolation. 9. Nash Point Lighthouse, Vale of Glamorgan, Wales. Along the desolate cliffs of the Vale of Glamorgan, where the waves crash violently against the rocks below, Nash Point Lighthouse looms, its light cutting through the thick, salty air. This once proud beacon is now surrounded by eerie legends that tell of its haunted past. The lighthouse is said to be the resting place of a former keeper who met a grim fate. In the dead of night, when the winds howl and the sea rages below, strange sounds emanate from the lighthouse. Unseen footsteps, door handles rattling, and soft whispers that seem to come from nowhere. Some claim the ghost of the keeper still patrols the tower, ensuring that his watch is never over. Visitors to Nash Point have reported an unsettling feeling of being watched, the air thick with an unnatural chill. Some have seen figures appear in the windows, staring out across the turbulent sea. But when they approach, the figures vanish. It's as if the lighthouse is caught in a never-ending cycle, haunted by the spirits of the lost and the lonely. Nash Point remains a place where the boundary between life and death is blurred, leaving those who venture near it with a lingering sense of dread and foreboding. 10. Bishop Rock Lighthouse, Isles of Scilly, England. Out in the wild, untamed waters of the Atlantic, where the waves rage against the jagged rocks, stands Bishop Rock Lighthouse, one of the most isolated and hauntingly beautiful lighthouses in the UK. This towering structure, perched on a small windswept island, has guided ships through treacherous waters since 1858, but its history is far from calm. The lighthouse's remote location has given rise to chilling tales of tragedy and ghostly encounters. Its most famous story is of the keeper who, tragically, perished during a violent storm in the late 1800s. It is said that, even after his death, his spirit remains, bound to the lighthouse. Sailors have reported seeing an eerie light in the lantern room, flickering in the dead of night, even when the lighthouse is unmanned. Strange shadows are often seen moving across the tower, and the sound of footsteps can be heard echoing through the empty halls, though no one is ever there. On stormy nights, the wailing wind seems to carry mournful cries from the sea, as though the spirits of those lost to the waters are still calling out. Bishop Rock Lighthouse stands as a reminder of nature's power and the restless souls that refuse to leave, forever tethered to the sea and the light that failed to save them. These haunted lighthouses are more than just landmarks. They're gateways to stories of tragedy, loss, and the restless spirits that refuse to leave. Whether you're a ghost hunter or a lover of history, these eerie sites offer a chilling glimpse into the past. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more spooky tales from the UK's haunted shores.